So welcome to our revision session. Today we're doing a very important topic, that is the flow of blood in the heart and the conducting system of the heart. Okay, so outline, you should be able to draw the structure of the heart. You should be able to explain the flow of blood through the heart. You should be able to explain the conducting system of the heart. Okay, so take note. So when you have a diagram saying draw the heart, this is a diagram showing the heart. Okay, and when you have a equation saying draw the flow of blood in the heart, we're going to look into it. Okay, yeah. So this is the structure of the heart. So the heart has got structures like the superior vena cava. We've got the right pulmonary artery, the right pulmonary vein. We've got the right pulmonary valve. We've got the right arterial valve. We've got the inferior artery. We've got the aorta. Okay, we have got the papillary muscle. Okay, we have got the septum. We have got the left ventricular valve. We have got the aortic valve. We have got the left pulmonary veins. We have got the left pulmonary artery. We have got the pulmonary artery, and we have got the arc of the aorta. So these are parts of the heart. Okay, so what are some of the functions of the heart? Okay, so the heart controls and maintains blood pressure. Controls and maintains blood pressure. Okay, so in cases of stress, chemicals are released as a bulk, a barrel that measures chemicals in the heart. Okay, so that will trigger a response, okay, thereby increasing heart rate. So if it is high, there's a mechanism that the heart does to control blood pressure. Okay, so in a case, let's say for example, we've got excess fluids in the body. Okay, so the heart will be pumping very high, at a higher pace in order to control the fluids in the body, thereby controlling body temperature. Okay, also in a case where somebody is from exercising. Okay, so it will increase the pace at which the heart is pumping. Okay, really, since there is increased metabolism in the body, so as that is being increased at a certain point, it will help to reduce and maintain the blood pressure. Okay, so control and regulate fluids. Okay, so let's say in a case where we've got excess fluids in the body. Okay, so in a case where I've got excess fluids in the body, the heart will pump very much, okay, sending the fluids to the excretory organ, which is the kidney. Okay, so as the heart is pumping at a very high pressure, it will send a lot of fluids to the kidney for that fluid to be removed out of the system. Okay, yeah. Pump oxygenated blood to all parts of the body. Pump oxygenated blood to all parts of the body. So when blood is oxygenated by the lungs, okay, passes through the heart, and then from the heart it goes to all parts of the body. Okay, so it is the heart that plays a very important role of pumping oxygenated blood to all parts of the body. Okay, pumps the oxygenated blood to the lung for oxygenation. Okay, so let's say the oxygenated blood from all parts of the body is coming in. Okay, as it passes through the all parts of the body, it is received into the heart. So as it is received into the heart, it will be pumped to the lungs for oxygenation. Okay, yeah, so pumps nutrients to all parts of the body for use. Okay, so in a case where blood cells have collected some nutrients, let's say from the gastrointestinal tract, okay, it will pass through the heart. Okay, so upon reaching the heart, that will be pumped to all parts of the body for use. Okay, pump waste products from all parts of the body to excretory organs. Okay, so let's say for example, let's talk about urine, let's talk about excess sodium chloride. Okay, let's talk about excess fluids in the body. Okay, so in a case where we've got excess waste products in the body, they'll be pumped to specific excretory organs for them to be removed out of the body. Okay, so basically those are some of the functions of the heart. Okay, so this is a heart showing the flow of blood in the heart. Okay, so this is a heart showing the flow of blood. Okay, so if they ask you saying draw a heart showing the flow of blood, so this is the heart that you're talking about. Okay, so if you have noticed something, my diagrams are in a very good frame. Okay, and my diagrams have got a very good and aligned label. Okay, so you must be able to draw a very good diagram and put a very good frame. Okay, and also underline your heading. Okay, yeah. So under this one I've got the superior vena cava, inferior vena cava. I've got the right pulmonary artery, therefore the left pulmonary artery. I've got the aorta just there, and we have got the left pulmonary vein. Okay, so if they say draw a heart showing the flow of blood, so they're expecting you to put in some arrows that are showing how blood is flowing, okay, through the heart, from and to the heart. Okay, so these are the arrows that you're talking about. Okay, so now let's talk about this process. Called the flow of blood in the heart. Okay, so when blood is received, so mostly blood is received through the superior and the inferior vena cava, which is emptied into the right atrium, Upon reaching the right atrium, blood will pass through the tricuspid valve, into the right ventricle. Okay, into the right ventricle. In the right ventricle, the heart will contract and force blood to pass through the pulmonic artery. So in the pulmonic artery, blood will go through the right and the left pulmonary artery to the lungs for oxygenation. Okay, okay, yeah. So after blood has been oxygenated, it will be carried back into the body through the left and right pulmonary vein. Okay, through the right and left pulmonary vein into the left atrium. Okay, upon reaching the left atrium, the heart will contract and force blood to pass through the bicuspid valve, which will be emptied into the left ventricle. The heart will contract and force blood to pass through the aortic valve Upon blood passing through the aortic valve, it will go through the aorta to all parts of the body. Okay, so blood from all parts of the body comes to the left. To all parts of the body, it goes out through the aorta. Okay, for use. Okay, so that's basically the flow of blood in the heart. Okay, so now let's also look into a very important topic that's rarely looked into. Okay, so that's the conducting system of the heart. So what is this system? Okay, so the heart has got an intrinsic system whereby the cardiac muscles created in such a way that they're not stimulated they don't need nerve supplies from the brain. Okay, so this intrinsic system can be stimulated or depressed by the central nervous system of the brain. Okay, but it doesn't mean that the heart depends on the impulses from the brain. It has got a specific system that helps in the flow of impulses in its own. Okay, yeah. So this is aided by specific neuromuscular cells. Okay, so these neuromuscular cells, which make up some nodes in the heart. Okay, which make up some nodes in the heart. So I've got the first node, which we call the sinoarterial node. The sinoarterial node. So this is a small mass of specialized cells in the walls of the right atrium near the opening of the superior vena cava. Okay, so the sinoarterial node is also known as a pacemaker of the heart. Okay, so because it's called that because it usually initiates impulses more rapid than any other pace, in this case, than any other neuromuscular cell. Okay, so in short, the pacemaker, what is the SA node or the sinoarterial node? The SA node will stimulate impulses, will create impulses at a very high pressure. Okay, so as they create impulses, that will stimulate others. Okay, so let's look into the other node that we have. We have got another node called just right there, you can see it, the AV node, or the arterioventricular node. The arterioventricular node. Okay, the arterioventricular node. Okay, so the arterioventricular node is also a small neuromuscular muscle. Okay, a small neuromuscular tissue. Okay, so this one is usually stimulated by the impulses that flashes from the SA node. Okay, so when impulses flow from the SA node, they sweep over, they go both the right and left atrium. Okay, so upon reaching the AV node, okay, impulses will be, in short, there will be stimulation, okay, of the SA node. Okay, so it happens that when impulses flow from the SA node, they'll sweep over, causing a contraction into the atriums. Okay, so and then down on the ventricles, impulses will be hot. Okay, but in the actual sense, the AV node will be stimulated. It will just hold the impulses. So if relaxation begin to take place in the atriums, the 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 impulses that were stimulated will start sweeping over down through the bundle, through the atrioventricular bundle. Okay, and then they'll go down to the bundle of his. Okay, they'll go down to the bundle of his, and then from the bundle of his, they'll branch down into the Purkinje fibers. Okay, so these Purkinje fibers are connected to the muscles. Okay, to the muscles, the myocardium. So this will cause a ventricular contraction. Okay, so impulses will flow from the AV node. From the AV node, they'll go into the atrioventricular bundle. Okay, so from the atrioventricular bundle, they will flow down to the Purkinje fibers. From the Purkinje fibers, they'll cause a ventricular contraction, thereby causing blood to be pumped out of the ventricles, both right and left. Okay, so that's a conducting system that we talk about when they ask about the conducting system. Okay, so that's basically the conducting system that they talk about. Okay, so you must be able to explain all those things. Okay, you must know these things towards your GNC exam. Okay, so that's what we had under the conducting system. Thank you, and stay